I know all of you, this is like preaching to the choir, but I think it's important because a lot of you are going out and canvassing, and some of you are just talking to your neighbors and friends. It's important to have some ideas of what to say if they bring up issues. First of all, when people ask me, what do I look for in a candidate? I tell them, you look for two things. Does the candidate have a good heart, so that the candidate will care about vulnerable people, will care about giving people opportunity, and does the candidate have a good head, because the candidate's got to deal with complex issues. Well, Mike certainly has a good head. He's dealt with complex issues already in his campaign literature, but he's got a great heart. I've met few people involved in politics as empathetic as Mike is. He understands what it is to be challenged because he's faced personal challenges in his own life. I think that's very persuasive to voters because voters there's hardly any of us who haven't faced challenges in our life. We want somebody who knows what it is to be down, knows what it is to climb up the stairs and get up again. He's perfect in that regard. Secondly, he's got the courage of a lion, and courage is important because sometimes up in Harrisburg and in Washington, you have to cast votes which are the right thing to do, but aren't very popular. Well, this guy has the courage. How many times have you been arrested? He's been arrested at least 4 times that I compute, standing up for other people's rights. Standing up for other people's rights. And he understands what's going to happen if they take away Medicaid protection in Pennsylvania. Wagner wants to take away Medicaid protection, and only a Democratic legislature can stop it. And I want to say a word about Mike's opponent. Because people say, well, she's doing a good job. Why should we not vote for her? Well, she talks a good game in Philadelphia. But when she gets up in Harrisburg, she folds like an accordion. Actually, I wanted the mummers to stick around. She folds like an accordion and does what the Republican majority wants her to do, which means kick the shit out of Philadelphia.
That's right, thank you.
Our own representative goes up there and kicks the shit out of Philadelphia because she cares about them and staying in power and the money they give her for her campaign more than she cares about us. And there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You can look it up. I mean, she takes stands on the issue and she casts votes that are diametrically opposed to what's good for the people of this district. So, the next question people say is, well, she can't be beat. She's won 2 elections and she crushed her in her re-election. Well, nobody can't be beat. When I decided I wanted to run for governor, they told me no Philadelphian can get elected governor. The state hates us. And in fact, they had some pretty good evidence. We hadn't had a Philadelphian elected governor in 110 years. And if I had listened to them, I wouldn't have run. Now, is this race winnable? Sure it is. Who's been around canvassing? Who's canvassed? I know a few of you had. What feedback are you getting from your voters? They're looking for somebody, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
A real person.
They're open.
A real person.
And they want a real person. So, and canvassing is
About
important.
a nice person.
And a nice person.
A nice person.
You're his mother. You don't count. You're his mother.
Yeah.
You don't count. You're his mother. If you said something bad about him, we'd be in trouble. He's a good boy, right?
That's a great boy. Universe.
So, can she be beat? Sure she can. And canvassing and volunteering, we can go a long way with that. But we also need money. It's unfortunate, but money is the mother's milk of politics. We don't have to spend as much money as them, but we have to spend enough money to get our message across. Now, all of you have done your bit by contributing tonight, but there's people on your block who want change to happen and who haven't contributed. And you don't have to ask them for much, $25, $50, $100. It all adds up and adds up very quickly. So I want you to continue the work you're doing for Mike by knocking on doors and making phone calls, but try to grab an extra $50 from a couple of your friends because it's important. And the last thing is, come election night, Eve, I want you to sit at home and make a list of your friends and family who live in the district. Maybe you'll have 14 people on the list. Make it your personal responsibility to find out by 6 o'clock that every one of them have cast their vote. And if they haven't, kick them in the butt and get them to the polls. Because we got 30 people here, 14 times 30, that's 420 votes. legislative races have been won. Our Democrat state legislator in Westchester won her election by 17 votes. 17 votes.
Every vote
And I
counts.
think there's going to be a Democratic surge, but she's a tough incumbent to beat. We may wind up winning or losing by 50 votes. So do everything you can, get your friends involved, tell them what a good man this is. He's a terrific guy. And I'm not his mother-in-law.